Hi, beautiful lady. I am so excited today to talk to you about how to mentally prepare yourself for any type of video or live streaming that you might do in your business, which, as we've already discussed, is such a crucial part in building a successful business online where you're actually visible and people know who you are and you are the master in your niche. And so today is super important, and I think this is probably one of the biggest missing pieces for a lot of women in preparing themselves and in doing Facebook lives in general, because it's scary. Mentally, we have all these fears and we're scared that people are going to judge us or we're just not good enough, and etc., etc. All those crazy things that run through our minds every time we want to expose ourselves and share our amazing message. So today I really want to really speak to you and help you mentally prepare yourself so that you know that when you get on that live stream or you get on that video, you are putting your best foot forward and you can go and speak confidently and feel really amazing while you're doing your video and also after, and know that you just nailed it. Okay, so there's a few different things that I have implemented, that I have used in order to really get my mind right before I do a live stream or I do a video such as this. Okay, so one of the first tips, I want to get right to it, and one of the first things, if you have paper and pen, I highly suggest writing these down, because it's one thing to hear it, but it's another thing to actually put it from your mind onto a piece of paper and be able to look at it later. So I highly recommend you have some pen and paper with you, because I'm going to give you some tips to prepare yourself correctly. Okay, not correctly, but in a way that allows you to feel confident. This is going to be very different for everyone. You may only need one or two of these tips to really get you pumped and really get you feeling excited instead of fearful. However, these are the things that have worked for me, and I still use them when I'm not feeling super confident or I'm feeling fearful or I have all those negative thoughts run into my mind. I redirect those thoughts to one of these strategies. One of the first things I do to know that I'm going to deliver a message that is straight to the point and is valuable to my clients is I prepare an outline of content. So normally, for example, this video right here, I'm going to talk about a few different, these tips can be 3 to 5, I like to keep it from 3 to 5 just because people's attention span is a little bit short. Just keep 3 to 5. That's easy to remember, and it helps people stay focused on your content. So create an outline. I never, ever, ever get on a video and read word for word, ever. Okay, don't ever do that, because people can sense it. People can tell that you're just reading a script. Even if you have a teleprompter, that's totally fine, but just have points that allow you to remember what it is that you were even talking about. And just so that you don't get off track. Eventually, you may not even need anything to look at, and usually that's the case for me. I've done this so many times that normally I can just get on and deliver what I'm about to say, but a lot of times when we get in the spotlight, our mind goes blank and we completely forget everything we were going to say. So it's really, really beneficial to have some outline points that you're going to talk about. That's the bulk of your content. Okay, so do your outline, do some points, do some sub points about those things, and then and usually I create those sub points as solutions to a problem that my client is facing. So for example, a lot of my clients are really, really scared about doing videos and live streams. So I create solutions for them, and this video right here is 3 different solutions. I'm actually going to throw a few extras in here just because I love you. And so that's solving a problem for my clients, and that's what I would base my content around, is their pain points and solutions for them. Okay, so the second tip I'm going to give you, so first is create an outline. Second tip is do a practice video on your phone first, especially if you're going to do a live and you're not used to doing live streams and it's scaring the you-know-what out of you. So just pop your little phone onto I have this little tripod that I use on my phone, and I just pop it in as if I'm doing the video right then and there. And I don't usually do the whole thing, but this is especially good if you're a beginner. So after a while you just get used to it, and it's like anything else, right? It's like riding a bike. The more you do it, the more comfortable you are, and the less you need your training wheels. So think of this as the training wheels for live stream and video, okay? So create a practice video. Usually when I'm doing videos like this, I always have one that I kind of botched and that was my practice one. I get it out of the way, and it happens even when you do these a lot, but it really helps you kind of get those like jitters out and just get used to talking to a camera, okay? So do a practice video run before that. And also another thing, this is really, really, really helpful to prevent any type of tech, anything that might happen in that moment that might go wrong, especially in a live stream. There's been times where I didn't have a good connection, or my battery died or something like that, or my phone just pooped out on me. And if I hadn't done the practice video, I would have not figured out that my phone was being glitchy. I mean, that's just electronics, technology. You have to deal with those things. So that's another big reason why you should do a live or a practice video. Okay, the third thing I want to talk about is you get yourself out of your own head and make yourself an audience member. What do I mean by that? So, for example, when we put ourselves in the spotlight, a lot of times we think, wow, like everyone's looking at me and I'm the focus and it's about me, and they're going to be analyzing every little thing about me, everything I say, everything I do. And what does that do to your nerves? You get all crazy and like, well, not necessarily crazy, but you get what I'm saying. You get really, really nervous. You get even more anxious about doing the live stream because, oh my gosh, everyone's looking at you, right? Now, think of it as think of how you perceive other people doing live streams or doing videos. When you look at them, are you analyzing and judging every little imperfection they have? I mean, really, are you sitting there criticizing their every little move like you think people are going to do to you? Chances are, if you're a nice, kind person, you probably aren't doing that, right? And that's what I had to realize for myself, and this is what I tell my clients is, you know what? When you're an audience member, all you want is a really powerful message, right? And you know that you have a powerful message to share, and really that's all people care about. You literally could look like an orange Oompa Loompa, and you have an amazing message, and guess what? We're going to talk about branding and how to match your message to your brand in another video, but really what people want to hear from you is your amazing message, okay? They don't want to hear how nervous you are and blah, blah, blah. I mean, if you feel like that will relate to people, then by all means share it. You know, there's a strategy behind that as well. But at the same time, if you sit there and go on and on for like 5-10 minutes about how nervous you are and how you don't know what you're doing, then does that seem confident to the people watching you? Does that exude confidence? Does that tell them, yes, I am an expert in this? It doesn't. And so that's why you want to make sure that you are not feeling that way. So put yourself as an audience member. The audience just wants to hear your message. And once I become an audience member myself and I say, oh, so if I were to watch myself on a video or on a live stream, what do I want? Then that kind of puts everything into perspective and makes me realize, you know what? People aren't going to be criticizing me as much as I think. So we're always more self-critical than other people are of us. So just keep that in mind. And this is really just a perspective change, because this happens to everyone. We think like, oh, they're going to notice everything about me, but really what they're there to notice is your message and what value you have to share with them that could help their lives. So when you get over yourself, literally you have to get over yourself and come from a place of service and look at it that way. Look at live streaming and doing videos as you serving your clients and you serving women or whoever it is that you serve and giving them what they need, the help that they require. I mean, chances are if you're in this business, it's because you have a purpose and you have that sense of purpose within you and you want to deliver. You want to deliver a message that's powerful. So forget about yourself. Forget about your hair and your makeup. That time has passed. Once you're on video, that time has passed to worry about that. So now it's time to deliver and think about the people that you're serving, okay? So, and the third tip I have for you, and this one is definitely a very practical one that you could do anywhere, is to take some slow, deep breaths. Okay, so Because guess what that tells your brain? It tells your brain, you know what? We don't need to be in this flight or flight mode. We're not getting chased by a cougar anymore. Because that's what happens when you start fearing and when you start getting scared of doing a public speaking works too, but a live video or a live stream. You start thinking, oh my gosh, this is so scary. This is so scary. And your brain honestly doesn't know the difference between the fear of public speaking or the fear of a jaguar that's chasing you. Okay, it just knows, I'm scared. I need to protect myself. Your heart rate goes up. And so what a slow, deep breath does, it lets your brain know, I'm not being chased anymore. This isn't scary. I'm not in a dangerous situation anymore. So take as many of those as you need to feel calm. And honestly, after like 2 or 3 of those, you can already feel a huge difference. So try it out, especially right before you hit live or right before you hit record. Try it out. It will help tremendously. And along with that, this is more of a bonus, but if I really need to, I do some power poses, okay? So our bodies, the messages that we send to our brain have a lot to do with our motion, okay? So we're able to affect our emotions by changing our motions. So if you're sitting here like this and just kind of cowering in, that's not gonna make you feel confident. So on the opposite side, if you stand or sit, whatever you want, but if you stand and put your hands on your waist and put your shoulders back and just take up space, your testosterone levels will raise, which yes, if you're a woman, you do have that in good amounts, and you will start to feel more powerful, which is what you need before you go and do a live video. Another one is to do this, just to open yourself up in a big star. I don't want to stand up because then you won't see it very well, but essentially you're just a big star and you just allow yourself to take up space, okay? And by taking up space, you once again are telling your brain, I am powerful, I am confident. And so that already is emitting a different message to your brain than if you're sitting there cowering and being scared like this, okay? So recap real quick, and that'll be the wrap up of today's video. So number 1, create an outline of your content. Base it around problem points or pain points that your ideal client has, okay? Create an outline, not word by word. Second tip is to do a practice video on your phone or on your camera, wherever you want. Get all the jiggles out, get all the tech issues out, make sure everything's working correctly. And then the third thing is to put yourself in the audience instead of in the spotlight. So mentally put yourself as an audience member and not as the star of the show, okay? And then the last tip that I had for you is to take slow, deep breaths, do power poses, and if you need to, hopefully you've already created your expert list that, like my expert Desi, I call it my expert Desi list, which is basically a list of reasons why I am absolutely qualified to do what I'm doing and to teach what I'm doing. So that also helps me to remember, yes, I do have a message. I have things that people want to hear, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to serve them, not to be a star or, elevate myself. It's not about me. It's about the people I serve. So hopefully this was helpful. I know it will be helpful if you actually apply it. So don't just sit here and listen to this. Actually go out and try it. Try all of them. Try all of them until you find your favorite ones or ones that really have a big effect on you. And honestly, the more you keep doing your videos and live streams, the more you're going to find that, you know what, I don't need as many of these things. I don't have to do this anymore, or I only need one, or it's always going to be a little scary. No matter how many times you do live videos or live streams, you're still always going to be like, oh, I'm going to do a live stream. But it's going to be okay. Like, you're going to be able to actually deliver and be confident and sound confident and deliver a powerful message to your audience, okay? So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.